Hello, everybody. My name is Alex,
My name's Eric.
My name's Ben.
and we
Welcome.
we are with Packed House and
Packed house.
Packed House.
Packed house.
And welcome to this week's installment of Immature Hour, where we have lots of opinions and none of them really matter.
Penis.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well said, Ben.
Just
Could've
had to
said
get it out
better.
there.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Had to set the tone.
the one of many phallic references during this 1 hour long tirade.
I love it. All right.
It's going to be great.
So what you're saying is that you love phalluses.
Yes. He does.
I will plead the fifth.
I knew it.
So it's been an eventful week.
It has.
We had Watch Dogs 2 release. Very
enjoying-
good game.
I'm enjoying the shit
I
out of
love
it.
it. Ben,
I'm
you
having
haven't
some-
played it yet, have you?
It's because he's a piece of trash.
I didn't really get into the first one yet.
Dude,
I
you're-
say yet. I bought the first one whenever it first came out for $60, and I got like 20 hours into it, and I was like, or not even that long. It was like 10 hours into it, and I was like, it's okay.
Yeah, I think that was the consensus from most people.
Yeah,
It was
but
just
I
it's
actually- I really
I
enjoyed-
did enjoy it a lot.
I really enjoyed the first Watch Dogs. I think it's because, like, I really like Ubisoft open world games. Like, even though some of the Assassin's Creed games have, like, a shit ton of, like, glitches and bugs in them.
Like that remaster.
I've always really enjoyed the Assassin's Creed games, and so seeing another open world Ubisoft game, but in a more tech advanced world, excuse me, really, like, that really, like, set a good mood for me. Like, I really enjoyed that, personally.
I do. I like Ubisoft's open world games. I think every time they make a new IP, they're like, okay, we figured out the formula for this IP. Let's never change it.
Yeah.
I mean, I do believe in the rule that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But like, you can adjust it a little bit.
You
know?
can. It's not perfect.
You can tweak it.
What's that website?
This is thegameawards.com.
Oh yeah, well we're gonna get to that in a second.
Oh, I found it.
Well, no, we can edit that out.
Oh yeah, that's true. What I was gonna do is I wanted to talk about a little rumor that I heard I think yesterday.
Some gossip.
Some little gossip, and you can take it or leave it, take it with a grain of salt. But there is a rumor that the new Shut up, Xbox. The newly released Pokemon Sun and Moon that just came out this past Friday. There is a rumor going around that there's going to be an alternate version that's going to be released with the Nintendo Switch. That is very interesting.
I know that's really interesting idea. Also, you don't have to worry about being so quiet. Caitlin's a heavy sleeper,
Okay.
No.
so
No.
Well, anyway. But no. So yeah. So a Switch version of Pokemon Sun and Moon. What do you think about that?
That would help decide if I'm picking up a Switch on launch. If it releases with a Pokemon. I haven't played a Pokemon game since Yellow.
brag about it.
Just like, I don't play handhelds that often.
Yeah,
I don't like handhelds.
I like just sitting on my, and I know with a handheld you can just sit on your couch and do it too.
Yes, that's an asinine point.
But like something about like looking at a large TV, I have like the
Instead of
controller in my
looking down.
hand instead of looking down. Like something about that just doesn't entice me for a long play period.
Yeah.
And I like to sit
Right.
down for a while and play a game.
Right.
So like being able to just have a freaking Pokemon game pulled up on my TV would be beautiful.
No,
Yeah.
I can appreciate that.
Because the little bit that I played, the last time I played a Pokemon game was X, and I had stayed away from Pokemon games for a while.
Me too.
Because
Uh-huh.
I didn't like the. I know this is a weird thing, but I didn't like the visual style for the past
So
Pokemon
weird.
games. I know. I like.
It's not that weird.
I mean, it's a weird reason not to play Pokemon.
Okay, sure,
Like,
yeah.
I don't like the graphics, but like, the newer ones remind me of Pokemon Stadium. I freaking love Pokemon Stadium.
Pokemon Stadium was awesome.
Yeah, it has like that kind of style. So I did enjoy Pokemon X a lot more than I enjoyed the past ones. Mm-hmm. So if I had a way to like play a console version of a Pokemon game, I totally would.
I'd be all on it.
Yeah.
I'd be all about it.
What you do is you go and buy a GameCube, and then you buy a Game Boy player for your GameCube, and then you get Pokemon Ruby or Sapphire.
Man, who
You know,
wants
it
a
sounds like a
GameCube?
lot of work, buddy.
I have a GameCube already, so fuck you.
I skipped it.
Got 'em.
I didn't get the GameCube.
Dude, GameCube was like by far GameCube has been my favorite Nintendo console to date.
It is a very good system.
It just looks ugly.
Dude, it's so convenient because it has a carrying handle.
That's so
Yeah.
stupid.
You're stupid. Fuck you, Ben.
Fuck you, Alex.
Nintendo has always been innovative as far as design goes, I think.
I don't think that's innovative.
That's totally innovative
totally-
because they understand like you're gonna want to take your console to your friend's house. We're gonna make it easy for
In
you.
a case to
bitch.
protect it.
If the only
It's a rock. Who needs? It's a cube. Who needs to protect a cube?
like my only thing with that like design is like you have this cool sleek design that you can just easily carry around like it's a portable device, but then you have like the huge power brick with it. So it's like if it was like one cable.
Well,
one
I think
little
what's
cable-
cool. Like one of the reasons I liked that is because most consoles, you need either you need to stuff it in a book sack, which you could because most consoles were a standard size or a standard shape, so
Sure.
it's easier, and you could just throw it in there. Especially if you're going to a friend's house, you're obviously going to have a bag of some kind.
Yeah.
But the GameCube is very oddly shaped, so you couldn't really do that as easily. So I think that personally, like if you think design wise, I think that was smart because they know that not everybody's going to want to buy a carrying case just for their GameCube, and it's not going to fit in a standard bag or a book sack just easily. So if you're going to a friend's house, you're already going to have a bag. You can just throw all the power cables in there, and you can just carry it by the handle. And the handle is very, very sturdy too.
So I see your point on that. And I know we're going on a tangent because we're supposed to be talking about Pokemon.
Always a tangent.
But I think that was a bad idea because as a kid, I destroyed all of my shit.
Well, that sounds
I
to me like
needed a
that your
bag.
parents were neglectful then.
Hey, they were wonderful, caring parents. They supported
They
my
were
habit.
wonderful, caring parents.
For those of you who can't see through the audio, Eric was holding his hand up to his face like he had it written as a script.
Sometimes forget this is audio only.
Oh man.
The point was still made.
Womp womp.
But yeah,
I'm excited for Pokemon. If
Yeah,
it comes to the
Pokemon,
Switch.
stop that.
Pokemans.
You
No,
sound
I'm
like
calling
a
it
40-year-old bald man now. Yeah, I got the Pokemon.
There's kids playing that Digimon.
I like them Pokemon.
I love when like parents come in the store and they're like, "Do you have Digimon? Why?" And I'm like,
Digimon
What?
Y. Oh
Yes.
my god.
my mind implodes every time. So yeah, like I think, I hope that happens. I think if the Switch can bring more handheld games onto a console-based system, or it's not primarily a console-based system, but to get the console audience to play some handheld stuff,
Yeah.
I think in turn that might help them with sales as far as their handhelds go as well.
all they have to do is have digital 3DS games available for the Switch.
To be honest, I think that they might not be far off from that because they've already made Wii games, some old Game Boy games, Nintendo, Super Nintendo games, like downloadable digital through the Virtual Console on Wii U. I don't think it won't be out of the,
It's not out of the cards,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not out of the cards for it to happen. Now, as it being a launch function, I don't think it'll be a launch function.
Yeah, I think they officially said that they won't have any 3DS content for the Switch.
Right.
Yeah,
And-
so I mean, there's nothing stopping them from being able to eventually do it, especially since I think one of the reasons they're not doing it immediately is they don't want to put a lot of development, like time and money into a console they're not sure is going to do well, especially since the Wii U didn't do that well. So I can understand that. So most likely what they're going to do is, it seems like that they have the Switch innovated in a way that's going to be easily upgradable. Because one of the things that they specifically state is that out of all the consoles they've released, it's going to have the most accessories for the Switch. So that means there's going to be a lot of attachments and add-ons to expand the function of the Switch. So most likely what they're going to end up doing is, it seems like that they developed the Switch with this in mind that it can be upgradable, expandable. So it seems like that they're going to see how well it does, and especially since it's a console portable hybrid, if they can get the Switch to do very well, they might end up moving away from the 3DS and transitioning for the Switch to be the primary household console to incorporate both home and portable. So that's, once again, speculation. I really don't know.
Right. I think that Nintendo needs to take a page out of Microsoft's book. And Microsoft's seeing a lot of success in the backwards compatibility titles.
They've had a lot of success this year in general.
Well, I think
They did.
I think it's because that Microsoft has always been a very we're no holds, all in. Like whenever they have an idea, they're all in on it.
True.
There's a lot of other companies that can be wishy-washy. Like they'll want to do something, and then whenever they realize it's not going to do very well, they backpedal. The only time Microsoft has done that in the past is with the all the time online function of the Xbox One whenever they initially announced it.
And the no used games.
Exactly. And so the reason behind it made sense, but the problem is that the current state of our generation and I guess the stance of gaming as a whole isn't ready to make that transition yet. Because it makes sense why they want to do that. It's a very similar MO to how Steam operates.
Yeah.
Steam, you have to be online, or at least connect to online every once in a while. You can play your games offline, but you lose a ton of functionality. Like, for instance, Eric, if he logs onto my computer in Steam, and he downloads Bulletstorm onto my computer. Whenever he logs out, Bulletstorm's still installed on my computer. If I want to play it, I can. It'll just send him an email, and he has to give me permission to play his game since it's installed. The problem is that he can't play it while I'm playing it. Very similar thing that Xbox One did, or was trying to do. So it's basically they're trying to create a Steam platform for console, but the problem is that people aren't ready to get all on board.
People aren't ready to. I like me personally. I like physical copies.
And see,
I'm
I'm moving away from physical copies now, and I think it's because I've become such a primarily PC-oriented gamer. I used to be a big fan of physical copies of games, but now that I've become a huge PC gamer, I buy majority of my games digital now.
All my PC games I buy digitally. I do not buy physical. All my consoles, I buy physical because I got to get that steelbook.
Dude,
You and your steelbook fetish.
Yeah, no joke. Well, I mean, if it makes it, like to put it in perspective for me, Watch Dogs 2 I bought on Xbox. The only reason I bought a physical copy is because I had all that trading credit. It's the only reason. I would have bought it digital. To be honest, that was, other than my first shift at GameStop that I worked 3 weeks ago, that was the second time or first time I've stepped foot into a GameStop in almost a year.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Stick it to the man.
and so it's all because I just buy all my games digital. Like Xbox One games, I buy them all digital just because it's way more convenient for me. And
Convenience, sure. Convenience, sure.
But can I trade that in for credit?
I don't
Dude.
trade my shit in anyway.
I don't either. And that, trading all those Xbox 360 games, that was the first time last time I've traded in a game was a long time ago.
Okay, see, I love trading in stuff. Like Final Fantasy 15's coming up. I still haven't pre-ordered it yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to trade in some stuff for it.
I think
I never trade them.
I think if you're not getting a collector's edition or anything like that, you shouldn't pre-order. But that's a whole different tangent. Let's not go there.
Yeah, we won't get into that.
We'll save that for next week. That's actually a good topic.
Yeah, but anyway, so very interesting rumor about the Pokemon stuff with the Switch.
Yes.
I buy it.
I'd buy the Switch too if I can play Pokemon on it.
No, I'll just buy Pokemon. I won't buy the Switch.
Just stare at the game like this game's awesome.
Too bad I
God.
can't play it.
Just imagine the possibilities.
Okay, so our main story today, the Game of the Year award nominees released, and what I want to do is start from the bottom.
Now we're here.
All right, Drake. We're gonna start from the bottom of the nominees and work our way up to Game of the Year nominees,
That's a
and
good
just kind
idea.
of, I guess, kind of ponder at what those winners are going to
Okay,
be.
and I think we should also skip over a few of them.
Yeah. Agreed.
So for those of you, we're actually it's a website called thegameawards.com.
Yes.
Now, obviously, there's multiple game awards that happen, but these are the ones that we're going to go off of. What I'm thinking we should do is we'll spend a little bit of time talking about them, and I think we should choose a select few categories and nominate our own personal favorites in these categories.
Yeah, that sounds good. We'll do that.
So if we're going to start from the bottom of the list, we're going to start off with most anticipated games.
Yes.
So as of right now, for the most anticipated games, there's a few options right now. So God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, Mass Effect Andromeda, Red Dead Redemption 2, and Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Oh God.
To be honest, like I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I knew nothing about Horizon Zero Dawn until recently, and that game looks awesome.
Yes, it does.
It does look good.
Giant robot dinosaurs. That's awesome.
I remember the E3 announcement, and at first I was like, meh, whatever. This is just a reskinned Turok, whatever.
Oh no!
But no,
So much more.
so much more.
Yeah.
It does look pretty good. I want to get the collector's edition for that.
Of course.
You know why?
Because
Steelbook.
it's Steelbook, you piece of shit. So,
God damn it.
out of all these, to be honest, like I don't really care about Red Dead Redemption. Don't really care about Mass Effect. God of War and Legend of Zelda. I'm really excited about, but Legend of Zelda is probably my biggest hype machine at the moment.
I'm gonna have to go with God of War, and here's why. I've already seen a lot of Breath of the Wild stuff. Yes, I'm very excited about it, but I am way more curious about God of War.
I know, because it's now Norse mythology.
It's Norse mythology,
which is my favorite
and
mythology.
the E3 demonstration that they did was one of the coolest E3 things I have ever fucking seen in my life. Did you watch the E3, Alex?
Yeah.
And they had like the live orchestra
Orchestra.
playing the God of War music.
That was great.
And the entire game has been revamped. It's not a hack and slash anymore. It's like a very personal driven story with Kratos' son, which I have a feeling it's Thor. I have a slight feeling it's Thor. That's just my guess.
Kratos is Odin.
Yeah,
But that's I was about to say, that's the thing, is like that, like
that's true.
it wouldn't make sense like if you're following Norse mythology, because that like that's not the actual mythology behind it.
What
No,
if Kratos
it's
is
not.
the adoptive father?
Yeah, so, like what if like Odin like cast his son down and was like, "Fuck you, son."
Fuck your couch, son. Fuck
You
your
are a
couch.
mistake.
We should write games.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, just the demonstration that they had for that was so freaking like I was
good.
my jaw dropped just because how different it was from the past God of War games.
Yeah.
That was also a great way to open up E3
Yes.
for Sony.
Like I was sold
you're right.
immediately.
All right. So what are you going with?
I am the
Mass
okay.
Effect. I know it. I can
Okay.
see it in your eyes. It's Mass
Okay,
Effect.
so Red Dead Redemption 2, yes, that looks great. Breath of the Wild, always on board, right? God of War, oh yeah, it looks great. Horizon Zero Dawn, interesting. I can't wait to see more. I am a humongous Mass Effect
I know
fan,
it. I
I'm
knew
right
it.
there with you, dude.
and I cannot wait for Andromeda.
Garrus for carrying all the way.
Garrus, there is no shepherd without Garrus.
Then that's
And
fair.
see,
Carrion.
it's funny because like I know I'm the outlier because I just don't really care about the Mass Effect games.
Oh man,
I just don't.
You don't know love until you have a sorry love.
it's.
Thanks for making that awkward by like just being quiet after I said that.
You don't know
Thanks.
love until you own a Pornhub premium account.
God damn it. Yeah, Mass Effect. I need to see more. I need to see.
Sure.
Is your character going to be human? Are they going to choose?
Yes.
Okay, so there's no like class base or race set thing.
Correct.
Okay.
You're a human. Your father, before the game starts, was part of the first contact. Like whenever they went through the Mass Effect relay by Pluto, he was the one to go through it.
Okay.
So whenever they go out to Andromeda, your character is the first to go to Andromeda.
Okay.
And you choose to play as male or female. There's brother and sister. You choose to play either the brother or the sister. And the opposite still exists in the universe.
Okay, that's cool.
But you don't see them. You interact with them like over the telephone and stuff like that, but you just don't really actually see them.
Do they have separate stories?
No.
Okay.
It's pretty
I
much
was
all
going to
the
be
same.
super sold if they had separate
That would have been
stories.
awesome.
That's a huge ass game.
But that would be humongous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be a two
Or if like let's say that you're playing through the game as the brother, right? And the sister's doing something else. If you would decide to play as the sister, then you would do that instead.
Oh, okay.
Like, which is simultaneously. That would be cool. But then you wouldn't be able to take into effect any of the changes that from your decisions. You know what I mean? You wouldn't be able to control what happens and shape the story to a more personal story.
If only.
If only.
So what's our next?
The next one that I was going to look at, which is actually interesting, I'm curious about this one, is Trending Gamer.
Yes.
Presented by Intel. Sorry, my cat keeps on knocking shit off my desk.
As cats do.
Yeah, piece of crap. I love him. So, like,
I hate cats.
Don't kill me in my sleep.
I skipped over a few of them, but Trending Gamer is very interesting because I've never seen this as a category. Specifically with the choices that they made with them. So for the choices for Trending Gamer is Angry Joe Show, Boogie2988, Danny O'Dwyer, Jacksepticeye, and Lyric.
Alex, what's your nominee?
Oh, I know exactly what Alex's nominee
Definitely
is.
Boogie.
It's definitely Boogie.
To be honest, it would be out of Jacksepticeye and Lyric. I mean, obviously Jacksepticeye is actually one of my favorite YouTubers, but I think it's curious that they included him and not Markiplier.
That's pretty good, actually.
Thanks.
Like I said, I think it's interesting that they included him and not Markiplier or PewDiePie.
True.
So
But they're not... Are they trending? Is it... yeah, it's trending. Okay, never mind.
They're
I'm
always
sorry.
trending, son.
They are
They're
always trending.
I would say, especially,
I was like, is it trending or is it new?
Especially
PewDiePie after the whole ISIS thing, he was trending for like days after that.
True. True.
But
But
it's
that's
like-
bad trending.
But especially since comparatively, if you look at him, like out of these, Jacksepticeye is definitely the outlier because I think he has the most subscriber base out of all 5 of these options. And so it's like I feel like that if you're looking at a trending gamer, like it seems to make more sense to have Markiplier and PewDiePie because they have even more subscribers than Jack. I just think it's curious for the decisions that they made. I also think that Lyric is an outlier because I think Lyric is the only streamer out of these 5.
So out of these 5, I personally watch Boogie the most.
I don't watch Boogie at all.
It's not really about his gaming stuff, but just his other videos. I watch a lot of.
Yeah.
I've seen his rage videos, right? He's
His
like,
Francis videos?
Yeah, his Francis videos are hilarious. He's beating the shit out of his keyboards and stuff. So funny. I
highly
know I'm a
recommend
little
it.
biased, but if I had to pick one, I'd pick Pack House. I would just pick Pack House.
We win. We win. Just mail us our reward. We don't have to go. It's
we'll
okay. We'll wait. 3 years later.
Honestly,
5 years later.
Honestly, I don't watch any of those. Like, not religiously, I guess, or not frequently. Like, Game Grumps is probably the one I watch the most, and that's not even on there. I've watched the same amount of Boogie as I have Jacksepticeye, and I feel like I've watched Jacksepticeye more so lately, just because I hang out with you, Alex.
Yeah. I'm very biased. I watch Jacksepticeye and Markiplier. Those are my 2 top favorite YouTubers. I watch them all the time. So,
Now, even though I watch Boogie the most, I think Jack's going to win.
Probably.
I prefer Jack's games.
not only that,
stuff.
but also like Jack's like his commentary, like his commentary style and his ability to hold an audience.
That dude's fucking energy is through the roof.
He's very good at what he does. I think that's the one thing that Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, and PewDiePie got right is that, like you said, they have an ability to captivate and hold an audience very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. So the next one I was looking at that really it's a bunch of esports stuff. So we're gonna skip to
Real
best
quick
multiplayer game.
about best esports game. I'm highly upset that Rocket League's not in here.
Dude,
Is
it's
it really not?
It's not. It's
That's
Counter Strike,
bullshit.
Dota 2, League of Legends, Overwatch, and Street Fighter 5.
Get rid of Street Fighter.
Get
and
rid of
slap
Street
in-
Fighter and put on Rocket League.
I haven't heard anyone talk about Street Fighter 5
I would say
in forever.
oh my god, yeah.
I have a friend that's.
I don't keep
I have
up with
friends
the
that are
fighting fan
into
base,
it. Right. I
but-
don't keep up with it either.
To
But
be honest, like
Rocket League needs
you
to be
could
in there.
probably get rid of Dota 2 and trade that out for StarCraft.
Get rid of Dota. Swatch it out. Swatch it.
Swatch it.
Swatch it. Swatch it out for StarCraft.
That's what I would say. Because I feel like StarCraft is still like one of the most streamed games out there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I feel like I thought Dota 2 was streamed more.
Dota 2
and
is a very
WoW,
popular game, but I
League
feel
of
like that
Legends.
StarCraft holds like a lot more to it. But that's personal. I'm not an eSports guy, so I don't really care.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I skipped over this category.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really care
Not a
either.
huge
Don't
fan
get
of
me
the
wrong.
esport. I think it's
But
very
I'm
cool.
just upset.
I think esports for what they are is a very cool concept. I like the fact that people are
alright.
starting to take
Nah, he'll be all right.
people are starting to take esports more seriously, and the fact that like you can see esport matches on ESPN is fucking awesome.
What?
Yes.
What?
Like, I think like on ESPN2 sometimes they'll play. They have like competitions for like thousands of dollars, and they're playing League of Legends or whatever.
What?
Yeah, it's gotten that big.
Yeah,
where they actually show up
esports are
on
getting big.
ESPN. Yeah, I think that's really cool. I don't like to watch them because I don't like those types of games. But I think it's very cool that we live in a day and age where video games can be considered like an actual competition that can be viewed by people.
Yeah.
I think it's very cool.
Well, I think a lot of that has to do with the proliferation of stuff like Twitch and YouTube Live.
True.
Like any kind of like live streaming function, and like the proliferation of Let's Players and gamers. It's starting to make like competitive gaming and audience-based gaming a lot more common. I mean, look at Achievement Hunter whenever they do their Let's Play lives. They travel around the country and do Let's Play lives in like these huge amphitheaters, like not amphitheaters, but in these huge theaters, and they sell out every single
What?
time. Every single time. People pay to go watch them do Let's Plays in person. It's because it's becoming a huge cultural thing now. People will go out of their way to watch and pay to watch people do commentary-based gaming. Like I said, like that's becoming a huge cultural phenomenon with our generation coming up, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
That like gaming is no longer gaming in general is no longer a frowned upon thing. It's starting to become a very widely accepted thing to do.
That just blows my mind.
Yeah. Did you not know about their Let's Play live
No.
stuff? Yeah, they do. They do.
How much do they pay? What do they charge?
I don't know.
For a ticket.
I have no idea. They.
We're in the wrong business. We're focusing on the wrong things as a channel.
Yeah, but the problem is
This is
that
our last podcast, guys. Thank you.
they have the following to be able to do that.
True. Okay. Right.
All right, so we're gonna go to best multiplayer game now. So best multiplayer game, we have Battlefield 1, Gears of War 4, Overcooked.
That's my favorite.
Game of the year. That's where that belongs.
Overwatch, Rainbow Six Siege, and Titanfall 2.
I'm not a big multiplayer.
I
am.
Yeah, I am as well.
So
So just pick one at random, Ben.
no. From what I've seen,
Here's a dartboard.
thanks. From what I've seen, Battlefield 1 looks great. I watched a lot of people on Reddit posting GIFs and videos and things like that of awesome things that happen. I haven't seen anything on Gears of War 4.
Ugh.
I have no idea what the hell Overcooked is.
Me neither.
Overwatch is everywhere.
Yeah, you're right.
Rainbow Six Siege looked awesome if you have a team together. And Titanfall 2, I think, is the underdog. Like, it came out of nowhere, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
So I would have to say Titanfall 2.
I haven't played any of these games.
Do you have a choice?
Oh, I'm a big multiplayer player.
Well, here's also the thing is, I play multiplayer games, but not competitive multiplayer games.
Okay.
God damn it.
Because most of these are competitive style multiplayer
It
games.
is. You're right.
Or I'm like, from looking at it, I can tell that that's why I was included in this category.
Sure.
But yeah, I haven't played any of them. To be honest, like if I were to nominate my own personal one, I would nominate The Division. Because I played
Post patch?
it doesn't matter
It goes
because
without saying, Ben.
well, also, did you play Division on PC or console?
Console.
PC didn't have nearly as many issues as a console.
Okay.
What about the meta
As
game,
is
though?
usual.
Huh?
What about the meta game, though? Like, the fact that, like people have figured out very quickly, like, these guns are, like, the ultimate guns to have.
They fixed them.
Okay.
They fixed a lot of that.
Cool.
They fixed a lot of that in patches because it made the game too easy. But once again, I never played it competitive, so that didn't affect me. I think it's one of the reasons why I like Division so much is because out of all multiplayer games this year, other than like some early access games, which I don't feel like would be pertinent to include and nominate, like I probably played the most of Ark this year, like multiplayer game wise. I played a fuck ton of Ark. But other than that, Jody and I played so much Division. Like we played a lot of Division, like 110 plus hours maybe.
Damn.
Put a lot of time into that game. And so
The Division came out in March, didn't it?
yeah, either
Okay.
that or Grand Theft Auto 5 Online, but I can't nominate that because it's not a 2016 game.
True.
But Division we played a lot of, like just played so much Division. And I thought it was a very, very solid multiplayer game. Like the multiplayer functionality was great. To me, it was very well balanced. I really enjoyed it personally, and I know that I'll probably be an outlier in that, but I had a ton of fun playing Division.
It was the time that I played it, and I stopped playing after I hit endgame, where like I beat the story mode and all that shit and all the side quests. I stopped playing it, but when I did play it, it was a very enjoyable shooter, and I was very impressed that Ubisoft was able to handle I guess a semi MMO style game, because they had never done anything like that.
Yeah.
I thought they handled it
Very well.
very well. Personally, my choice.
Destiny.
I actually stopped playing Destiny. I finally burnt out on it for good. Like I bought the last DLC, and then after I talked about it on our old what's new distro on Achievemates, I
Didn't touch
stopped
it
playing
again.
it. Yeah, I was just like, I think I'm done. I think I'm finally done until Destiny 2 comes out. I'll buy that shit. But I put up a Facebook status yesterday saying I think it's official. Titanfall 2 is the best shooter that I have ever played.
I saw that too.
I've never played a shooter that makes me feel like such a fucking badass.
Yeah.
Like, I know like Black Ops 3 like started from Black Ops 3, you can like run on walls and stuff, but there's just so much fluidity and accuracy at how you navigate the areas. And then like, most shooter games, like the melee is like, oh, you stab the enemy. You get to freaking like karate kick your enemy to death. That's the melee.
You get to
like-
you get to cunt punt them
Yeah.
into submission.
Like, what more could you ask for? I don't know. Like, I like shit like that. Somebody just does something a little different, and like the mech fighting's awesome. Like, looking at like a little pilot, like a little character running at you while you're in a giant mech, and you can literally punch them and they explode into red bits. It's so satisfying. Like, freaking. I could talk about it for hours. I love Titanfall.
I can see your
so
pants
much.
getting tighter from here.
Yeah, dude.
So Eric's choice is Battlefield 1.
Yes, clearly.
Clearly.
His choice is Pokemon Go.
Second choice would be Overwatch, though. I played a lot of Overwatch. I still do. Overwatch is
I
a
haven't
very,
touched it.
very well done class-based shooter.
Yeah.
Spooky Boots would be all about
Spook
Overwatch.
boots. Hell yeah. Fucking
Shout out to Kate.
Mercy for life. All right, so I'm looking through some more of the categories, and the next few categories I don't think pertain to any of us. There's
Why wouldn't strategy games
humor
pertain
me.
to me?
What are we gonna...
best sports / racing game.
Oh, dude, FIFA and Forza.
Hold on. FIFA. Hey, look, it's the first one.
Yeah,
FIFA and
see?
Forza.
And Forza.
I called that shit. I mean, look at
Yeah,
that
but I was
screen.
gonna say, do any of us play?
No,
sport?
I don't play sport ball games.
Me either. I don't play race ball games.
My
Race ball.
race ball.
Sounds really close to rice ball.
My oldest nephew just got Forza, so that's what I'm going to go with.
There you go.
What about strategy game? Do any of us play strategy games?
What are the nominees?
The nominees for strategy game are Civilization 6.
Nope.
Fire Emblem Fates.
Nope.
The Banner Saga 2.
Nope.
Total War Warhammer. And XCOM 2.
Don't play any of that shit.
I would say Civ 6.
Yeah, just because Civilization is such a
Huge game.
It's such a quintessential like strategy game.
Right.
Like to me, like Civ is on the same level of like if they released a new Age of Empires.
Right. Screw Gandhi, though.
I don't follow strategy games, but like, where would Command and Conquer fit? Like, I thought that one was pretty.
I have no idea. I never played.
Collecting
Command and
dust on the shelf.
Conquer.
Really?
Funny. All right, so the next one, which I think is one that we might be able to skip over, is best family game. It's Dragon Quest Builders, Lego Star Wars: The Force Awakens, Pokemon Go, Ratchet and Clank, and Skylanders.
Ratchet and Clank.
I will vote Pokemon Go because I spent a really long time. I haven't played it in months now, but
As most people haven't.
yeah. But when it came out, dude,
I never
do you
e-
remember the masses of people
Yes,
on the
I do.
streets just playing Pokemon?
I do.
Park Lafayette or
I have
whatever it is.
never seen anything like that in my life.
I will say right now, I didn't even install Pokemon Go on my phone.
yeah,
didn't even
just
bother.
didn't even touch it.
Didn't. I would say out of those, Ratchet and Clank, I haven't
Ratchet and
played
Clank.
it, but Ratchet and Clank I have the most.
Oh, dude,
like personal attachment to.
I didn't even hear that nominee.
It's because I made a
I love
stupid noise. I'm
Ratchet and
sorry.
Clank. That game was fantastic.
I'm all about Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
I like Ratchet and Clank too. I haven't owned a Sony console in quite a while, and so I haven't been able to play a Ratchet and Clank game.
It
in a
looks
while.
like a Pixar movie.
I know. I
The
love it.
visuals.
And
It looks great.
gorgeous.
It
Ratchet
looks
and Clank was
beautiful.
one of the first like Sony games I got really heavy into back in the day. All right, so the next one is fighting game, which I think none of us are fighting game people either.
Smash Bros. I
Smash
did
Bros isn't even
like I
on
did
here.
like Pokken Tournament if that's in there.
It
is.
Pokken Tournament for me.
I didn't even play Pokken Tournament.
I don't even know what that is.
It's basically like Street Fighter, but you play as Pokemon.
Pokken Tournament.
Sort of.
It's for the Wii U.
It had two different fighting styles that it would switch between. It would switch from like an arena style thing where the camera was kind of tilted in the air, and then once you did a critical hit, the camera would switch to a side by side fighter. It was a very interesting fighting system that they had.
Okay, so yeah, it's kind of a mixture of like a standard Street Fighter and like the DBZ games. Like how it's
Okay.
like kind of like asymmetrical camera style.
Yeah.
It was
okay.
made by the same people who made Tekken, hence the Pokken.
Pokken.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ha, funny. It's also in the same text style too.
Yes, it is.
All right, so now we're at the actual category that matters for
Ooh,
us.
the good shit.
Yes.
Best role playing game.
Ooh.
So I already know what your two choices will be.
Of course, you know what my two choices
So-
will be.
no. I mean, you two. What y'all's choice
Oh,
will be?
I have two
fir-
choices.
I know what your second one's gonna be. The first choice, Dark Souls 3. Deus Ex: Mankind Divided, which I've actually heard was really good. I didn't get a chance to
I
play.
didn't get a chance to
Yeah,
play
we
it.
need-
My personal choice, Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, The Blood and Wine DLC,
God.
World of Warcraft Legion, and Xenoblade Chronicles X.
You know what my thing is? I haven't played Blood and Wine yet, but I guarantee if I played it, that would be my choice. Just
Dude,
because I know
here's-
it's perfect.
Blood
I
and
know it's
Wine
perfect.
was such a fucking awesome
Here's my
DLC.
thing. It's DLC.
But hey, it's DLC that you can spend more time playing than pretty much any of these games.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I think the DLC is like literally 60 hours.
The DLC, I think it took me 35 hours to beat.
That's a long ass time.
No,
for
you're right.
DLC.
You're right. And I think I spent maybe 50 hours total on Dark Souls 3, which is my first choice. I am replaying through The Witcher 3 right now because I didn't play any of the DLCs like Blood and Wine or Hearts of Stone. And I love The Witcher 3. Combat, story, dialogue, everything. Music.
It's a perfect.
It's
game.
amazing. It is my 10 out of 10 game.
Yeah.
But this is DLC. That's not fair.
But if you think about it, think about it this way: every single category we've gone through, not a single one of them has been DLC except for this one. So to me, that shows,
And that's a
how-
testament.
That shows how good it was.
You're
Yeah,
right.
for
You're
sure.
right.
And to be honest, like Witcher 3 wouldn't be eligible for any of these because it was made last year in 2015. But I will say that I think it perfectly deserves to be a part of this because the DLCs are so big that they're their own game in themselves.
Yeah, and they're bigger than most games.
So
Anyways.
Dark Souls changed the way I enjoy video games. I love the combat
So
system.
what you're saying is that
in
you
Dark
don't
Souls.
enjoy video games. You're a masochist now.
I am. It's like I have to go home and it's like, duh! Anyway.
I'm gonna spank my balls and just die
Spank 'em.
200
Just spank 'em.
times.
So Dark Souls has spoiled me on its combat, right? The Witcher 3, I feel, improved on that combat.
I never played Dark Souls, so
It's great.
I'll say, like, I'm pretty sure that Witcher 3 is going to be the winner. But for me, I played Dark Souls 3. It was the first Dark Souls that I beat. And it was also one of the most satisfying game experiences I've had in years. Because the feeling of beating bosses in any Dark Souls game is one of the most gratifying experiences that you can have. Like it's like a weight lifts off your shoulders every time you're just like, yes, I did it. Like, it's so rewarding.
I don't have to do it again.
Yeah, like...
Until I need to walk my friend through it.
I'm going to further expound on the impact that Witcher 3 had on me. Obviously, y'all know I have a Witcher 3 tattoo, which I'm actually thinking about getting 4 more.
Not just one
Alex
more.
has on his ring finger.
The Quinn symbol.
Yes, it's very cool.
I'm actually thinking about getting the other 4 symbols on the other 4 fingers on that hand. But whenever Witcher 3 came out, I work for Starbucks. I'm a supervisor and I'm a barista trainer. I got asked to go to Baton Rouge to go and train some baristas at a Baton Rouge store. And so they put me up in a hotel for a week. And I stayed in Baton Rouge for a week. I lugged my entire computer to Baton Rouge with me and set it up in the hotel. Like literally, I that gigantic computer behind me, I dragged the entire computer, my mouse and my keyboard with me to Baton Rouge so I can play that game in my hotel.
Oh, it's just like the shaking will play itself.
So let that be a testament to how much I love Witcher 3.
Man, I
That's
don't blame
excellent.
you. I can't blame
How
you one
awkward
bit.
did you feel walking into the hotel
Oh, dude,
lobby?
I didn't give a fuck. As a matter of fact, I didn't walk into there. I even went and got one of those like fucking like dollies and rolled that bitch up to my hotel room.
That's wonderful.
I didn't give a shit.
That's wonderful.
Oh man, dude is
That's funny.
best choice. And especially since like I had that bitch set up like on the flat screen TV in the hotel room, and I was just like playing away.
That's awesome.
Probably terrible for my eyes because I was like 26 inches away from a fucking like 42-inch TV.
Worth it.
Oh yeah,
Fantastic.
totally worth it. It was fantastic. So yeah,
So-
let that be a testament.
Okay, so I would say Witcher 3 wins this award, right?
I would say so. too.
However, I can't get over the fact that it's DLC.
get
So
over
I
it.
would have to say Dark Souls 3.
Fair enough.
But I would want to give it to The Witcher. I'd really,
I
really,
want to
really
give it to
want to
Witcher,
give it to
but
The
my
Witcher.
vote's for Dark Souls.
And Alex just doesn't give a fuck. Witcher.
Dude, Witcher. Sorry, man. All right, so the next one is Best Action and Adventure Game. This one's actually interesting because it has a game that's not even out. Well, no, it just came out. I lied. So they have Dishonored 2, the new Hitman, Hyper Light Drifter, which I think is an interesting addition to it.
Yeah, like an indie choice.
Yeah, Ratchet and Clank and Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. Now, I'm going to say that they're doing a big disservice by not having Watch Dogs 2 on here.
Well, they
think
made
it's too
this
late in the
list
game.
before. They made this list
Yeah, they made this
before Watch Dogs came out.
Dishonored 2 came out like a week and a half ago, though.
I'm just saying it.
Actually,
Hey,
that's a good point.
So then,
I don't know if that was too close to the mic, but yeah, that's a good point because of the fact that that just came out. So there's actually no excuse for that.
so then this brings into question: should they host the 2016 VGAs in 2017?
No.
Like early 2017? So that way, Watch Dogs 2, Final Fantasy 15, The Last Guardian, all these games that aren't out or will have just recently came out or not even out yet can now be qualified.
I don't think so. I think there's two calculated risks that are taken at this point. If you they hold them at the end of 2016 to allow all the releases throughout the year to be able to be nominated. If you hold them in 2017, it's a little bit past. It's a little bit too far past game releases in early 2016 to basically make it like even if they're memorable games, it makes it to where it's not relevant.
Fresh.
It's not fresh and relevant for anymore. And two, game developers, if like first of all, game awards have really nothing to do with how well the game does. So it's like it's more or less like a game developer, if they really want their game to be nominated for a game like that, then they have to make the calculated decision to either move their game forward or push it back to be able to be eligible or more relevant in those game awards. Personal
gotcha.
opinion, obviously.
Okay.
I would say out of these choices, I would have to go Uncharted. I didn't play.
I'd have to go Uncharted.
Yeah.
I didn't play Uncharted, but I watched Jack do a Let's Play of the entire series. This is the first Uncharted I've actually seen through completion. And I enjoyed that experience from beginning to end. Like I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the graphics. The graphics were fantastic.
Yes.
The cutscenes were awesome.
Yes.
It was such an enjoyable experience. I've never really cared about the Uncharted series to the point where I never really went out of my way to play them. I would have gone on my way to play Uncharted 4 if I would have had a PlayStation 4 to play it.
I love Naughty Dog.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a big Naughty
I
Dog
love
fan too.
Everything they make is
everything that
gold
they've
at
touched.
this point.
The Last of Us, phenomenal game.
Yes.
Especially since Uncharted 4 had an awesome Crash Bandicoot Easter egg in it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it did.
Yes,
Very
I would
nice.
have to give it to Uncharted 4. I loved it. Everything about it, I enjoyed.
Here's my thing. So like Toy Story 3 had like one of the like it's perfect. Like Toy Story, I know it sounds like I'm making a tangent, but I'm gonna get
Go
to
ahead.
it. Toy
Tangent
Story
away.
3, right?
We're used to
had
it.
like the best closure ever. It had
Sure.
very good closure. I was like, this is a good trilogy. Like I love Toy Story. It's one of my favorite animated movies of all time. Mm-hmm. Now they're talking about making a Toy Story 4, and I'm like, that's fucking bullshit. Don't run it into the ground. So my thing is like, Uncharted 4 is a perfect ending to the Uncharted series. It has my vote for best action adventure game of the year. If they make an Uncharted 5, I'm revoking this nominee. Okay? Like, they can't do that.
To be honest, if they made an Uncharted 5, it would have to follow their daughter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lara Croft.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to disagree with that.
I'm not.
Especially because the primary factor in that Lara Croft is fucking British.
Hey,
and
man.
Nathan Drake is not.
Just okay.
Maybe.
Okay, think about it this way. Something happens to Nathan Drake and Elena.
Elena.
And Laura then has to be adopted by a very rich family.
Yeah, like as a kid.
Her name's not even Laura.
I'm just saying.
They
I'm
changed
just
her
saying
name.
they had to change it because the people that killed Nathan
Yeah.
is coming after his daughter.
had to switch
They
names.
had to change it. Child Protective Service.
Ben, you're being a giant piece of trash. Stop it.
I'm telling you, man, we should write games. We should
right.
write games.
So
Then her
Uncharted 4
grandfather, Indiana Jones, finds her.
Wow. The plot thickens.
Go ahead.
thickens like a really mildewy glass of milk.
I was going to say like a roux, but that was very southern of me.
Yeah, you're right. All the Northerners are like, what's a roux?
I was thinking it too.
All right, so it's like you just drop some bouillon cubes up in there.
Oh.
Sprinkle some flour up in there. All right, so next one is best action game, which is actually just a repeat.
Yeah,
I was
right?
about to say, didn't we see this before?
No, we did action adventure game. This one's just best action game, which is actually a mixture of the action adventure and the multiplayer, because it's Battlefield 1, Doom, Gears of War 4, Overwatch, and Titanfall 2.
Titanfall 2.
Yeah, I was about to say, y'all.
Yeah, Titanfall.
I didn't play any of them, so my vote is irrelevant.
Story for Titanfall 2 is very plain, but the environment is very enjoyable to explore and to use in combat.
Didn't they have the voice actor for Optimus Prime
Yes.
doing
He's
for
BT.
your Titan?
He's the mech that you
Yeah.
That's
work
awesome.
with.
So that right there wins.
Yeah.
Duh.
Optimus Prime wins.
So the next one's best VR game. Do we want to go through that? Because none of us have any kind of
Batman.
VR system.
I've looked at enough footage of them that I feel like I could make a vote.
I would
Ooh, it has to be Eve. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I would have to say Batman. It's Batman Arkham VR, Eve Valkyrie, Job Simulator, Res Infinite, and then Thumper. I didn't even know Thumper was a fucking VR game.
What the fuck's Thumper?
It's like a rhythm based track game where it's according to the rhythm you'll press buttons.
I'm surprised Riggs isn't on that list. Riggs was it's like a sport type thing, but you're in mechs and you're shooting other mechs. It looked very interesting. I'm actually surprised that's not on there.
I would have to say out of all of them, I think Batman Arkham VR is
The issue that I have with Batman is that it's too short.
yeah, but
It
I
is
mean,
very short.
it is short, but
it is a good VR experience.
for the VR experience, for what I didn't play it myself, obviously, but from what I saw, it's probably the most comprehensive VR experience, in this list I've seen.
Eve makes the most sense to me because you're sitting on your couch.
Yeah.
Right? So it simulates you sitting in a cockpit.
Yeah, but that's also, you're thinking about games where you play sitting down. A lot of VR games don't require you to do that.
I understand completely, but this is the closest that you can get because you can't also physically walk around while playing VR. Whenever you're playing Batman, you can walk around.
Yeah, to some extent, yes. Whenever you move in the environment, it's going to move you in a certain degree around the environment.
Okay, but still to that extent, though, you're limited by your cords. In Eve, you have to be stationary. It's part of the game. You're piloting a spaceship.
I can definitely see your argument. I think that at that point, what's the point of even playing a VR game? To me, a VR game is
'Cause
to
you can't go in
interact with
space.
is to interact with an actual environment. Because
You're right.
to me, in that kind of sense, then you could go back to playing the original Oculus Rift demo unit or the development kit unit that they had 3 years ago. There would be no point in having a PSVR or anything like that.
I'm still going with Eve.
That's fine. You're welcome to to your incorrect opinion?
I'm going with Batman, only because you get to
Batman?
rub a dude's nipple.
What?
Yeah, I saw it in a video. Somebody was like messing around with the game, and there's like someone on like I think they're dead or something, and Batman's like investigating the body, and like you can like touch the nipple.
So that's what turns you on?
Yeah, dude.
Touching dead people's
Dude, your
nipples?
hair's turning purple. I just realized.
Yeah, it is a little bit.
Sorry.
Yeah, dude, nipples all the way.
Nipples.
Nipple Man 2016.
All right, so best mobile / handheld game. Do we want to go through that?
Handheld game.
Pokemon Go's on here. We should just all
Go.
go Pokemon,
Pokemon
Go.
Go.
It's Pokemon.
Moving
Go.
on.
All right. So the next one is best independent game.
This is going to be
Is
difficult.
Inside in there?
It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Inside wins. But Firewatch is in here too.
Firewatch.
Firewatch was excellent as
I
well.
wanted to play it.
And
I
The
haven't played it
Witness.
yet.
I know nothing about The Witness. The ones I know about is I know a little bit of Hyperlife Drifter. I know a little bit about Stardew Valley. I know a lot about Firewatch and Inside. Firewatch was fantastic. Inside gets my vote.
I think Inside's
I
going to
haven't
get my
even
vote.
played Inside, but I watched it.
I
and it was-
watched 3 full Let's Plays of it. I watched Mark play, I watched Jack play, and I watched somebody else play. And Inside was such an excellent experience from beginning to end. Firewatch too. I watched Mark and Jack play Firewatch as well, and fantastic experience for that too. The only reason I'm going to go Inside over is because the ending for Firewatch was terrible. I did not like the ending for Firewatch. It was very like the build up to the game was fantastic, but the climax of the story was very bleh.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Like,
I'm gonna
just-
play it eventually, but
Yeah, so
know what to expect now.
that is my choice. So what say you? You said The Witness, or are you going
No,
Inside?
I'm going to go with Inside.
Okay, so Inside is unanimous amongst
unanimous.
us. I'm trying to think. Are there any indie games that I would nominate? Go on, buddy.
I don't know. I really can't. I'm not a big indie game player.
Yeah,
I
there's
am.
very few.
I'm a big indie game fan.
Would you nominate Unravel?
Absolutely. That was actually I was just thinking about it. It would be between Unravel and Oxenfree. Which I think actually those two games
Yeah, I
are
never played either.
I think at least one or two of those games are somewhere in here. But as for independent games, I would have to go with either Oxenfree or Unravel. Like as much as I loved Inside, Oxenfree and Unravel, I actually played those two, and they had such a heavy impact on me. I loved those games so much.
Yeah, Unravel looked really cool.
Oh, dude, I love it so much. Once Caitlin finishes Unravel, I want you to play it, and we're gonna do a let's play of it.
Yeah, that'd be cool, for sure. So what's our next?
The next one is interesting. It is actually Games for Impact Award.
That's interesting.
I don't know any of these games.
For a thought-provoking game with a profound pro-social meaning or message. 1979 Revolution, Blockhood, Orwell, Sea Hero Quest, or That Dragon Cancer. I'm going to nominate That Dragon Cancer.
Just
I
because
haven't
of the
seen
name.
any of those.
That Dragon Cancer is it was an indie game that I actually watched both Jack and Mark play it. It's about like an hour to hour and a half experience, and it's basically about a little kid. Basically, the game developer of the game. It's based around his experience with his son dying from cancer.
Sold. God damn it.
And if I remember correctly,
God
I
damn
think
it.
his son, not only did his son die from cancer, but his son also, I think it was brain cancer, and I think his son actually had some mental disabilities because of it as well.
That's
Dude,
rough.
That game was an emotional roller coaster. Holy shit.
Sold. That it wins.
Yeah,
I highly recommend y'all go and watch the Let's Play of it.
that's some heavy
God
shit.
damn it. Okay.
All right, so, this one's going to be interesting.
This is great.
So the next one is Best Performance. So there's Alex Hernandez as Lincoln Clay from Mafia 3. I didn't play Mafia.
Me
so.
either.
Sissy Jones as Delilah from Firewatch. Oh, man. Like, there's 2 Firewatches, and there's also 2
There's
Uncharted.
3 Uncharted.
Oh, there's 3 Uncharted. Yeah. Yeah, because there's Emily Rose as Elena, and there's Nolan North as Nathan, and then there's Troy Baker as Sam, and then Rich Sommer as Henry from Firewatch.
Nolan North. He is one of my favorite.
Nolan North. I don't know
Nolan and
'cause
Troy are both like neck
They're
and neck.
yeah.
They're the
great.
powerhouses, yeah.
They're great, but what Nolan North has done for the character of Nathan Drake, and this being the swan song of Uncharted, he did a fantastic job.
I know, but it's also a very hard decision because I think Troy did equally as good for Sam, because I feel like that one of the things that helped make Nolan North's
Performance
so great is how well they played off
like the
each
dynamic,
other.
Yeah.
between the two.
Like I will say, out of the two, I've liked Nolan better, but I think that Nolan wouldn't have done as well if it wasn't for the banter that he was able to have with Troy.
Yeah, that's a great
As
point.
Sam Drake. Like, they were so fantastic
Can we
together.
nominate both of them?
Sure.
They win
Fuck
hand
it.
in hand.
They both win.
We do what we want.
We do
over
what we
here.
want, bitches.
Okay, so next one is music/sound design, which there's plenty other games we can add to this. To be honest, I'm going to say right now, Undertale came out last year. Never mind. I was going to say, I nominate Undertale.
I was really waiting for him to say, Witcher 3, Blood and Wine.
No, I will say, I really liked, so it's best music and sound design. I will say, I really liked Witcher's music. I'm going to nominate Unravel.
What are the nominees?
Okay, so the nominees are Battlefield 1, Doom, Inside, Res Infinite, and Thumper.
My vote is Doom.
Out of the two, I would choose.
Doom was great.
Doom's was good because the music had music cues depending on what you were doing.
That's really cool. I will say, out of the two, I would choose either Thumper or Inside. Thumper is a music game. It's based around music, but I remember the music wasn't great, or it wasn't like what was breathtaking in Inside. The sound design was. The sound design was fantastic in Inside.
I
But
can see that.
I'm going to go with, if we're going music specifically, I'm going to go ahead and nominate Unravel. I have the Unravel soundtrack, and I listen to it all the time. Unravel's music was fucking awesome. So good.
I'll have to look it up. The thing that stuck out
I
for
would say
me with
Doom.
Unravel was like the way it played and the yarn and how you use that to your advantage. So I didn't pay attention so much to the sound.
The music was awesome. I think it's also because the music is very Gaelic, and I like that style of music.
Because you're gay.
Yeah. Ha! Funny. A lot of Scottish people just stopped listening to our podcast.
Goodbye.
See how you dudes in the next podcast.
All of our 28 subscribers just went ahead and
It's
just
like
said,
later.
All right, so
Shit
next
on
one is
Scottish people.
best art direction.
This was tough.
For outstanding creative and technical achievement in artistic design and animation. They have Abzu, Firewatch, Inside, Overwatch, and Uncharted 4: Thief's End.
All of these look fantastic.
They do.
Visual. This is a visuals thing.
It's specifically art direction.
Art direction.
Abzu looks beautiful.
Yeah,
It does
It's very colorful. It looks fantastic. Firewatch
as well.
as well.
Inside had like that awesomely bleak, dark look to it.
Correct.
Overwatch, I feel like, is kind of like
The
feel
bottom
like-
of the list for me.
I feel like Overwatch is kind of an outlier in this, and like I think it's like, you know, one of these things is not like the other.
It to be fair though, it's got a cool style to it and atmosphere. Have you guys ever watched their animateds?
No.
Yes.
Ben, you said no.
Correct. I said
Oh, no,
no.
I was trying to see who
was
said
about
no.
to
who
say
said
yes,
yeah.
I
Y'all said
said
it at the
no.
same time.
No, I said yes. Yes, I said no.
No, the animateds really set like the kind of like mood and environment that universe takes place in. I think God, what was it? Blizzard. Yeah, Blizzard did a very good job of setting a good environment and just setting in general as far as that game goes and its universe, and did a really good job at world building.
Okay.
Okay.
Considering it's just a class-based shooter, I think they did a really good job at that. So it gets my vote because of the fact that they put a lot of time into making a universe for a game that's just a multiplayer shooter.
Okay. I can see that. I will still say that I think it's a little bit outlier-ish. Even Uncharted 4 I feel like isn't quite like Uncharted
a
4.
little bit-
It was beautiful.
Yes.
But I feel like that it doesn't quite belong in this category as compared to what the others are. Out of these, I would choose Inside.
Inside also does have a very good like art direction.
I'm a big fan of really dark games.
Same.
Like very dark games. I'm such a big fan of them. I like really vibrant games as well. Like I love like oversaturatedly vibrant atmospheres. So like Firewatch and Abzu were fantastic art direction as well. But Inside, I don't know. It's like I love games that like are so like dark and macabre that like they got you feeling like some kind of way.
So I think that Overwatch and Uncharted, like you were saying, is the outliers. Like I don't think they really should be on this list. I mean, yes, they are beautiful looking games, sure,
but they're not really like an art style per se.
Correct.
Well, at least Uncharted.
Inside sets the atmosphere beautifully,
Yes.
and that's great. But I would have to choose between Abzu and Firewatch.
Okay.
And because one of my biggest fears is drowning,
You would have to go with Abzu.
I'm going to have to go with Firewatch.
Oh, Firewatch. See, I thought you were going to go the opposite. I thought you were like,
I think Firewatch looks fantastic. Abzu is a little bit too much.
okay.
I
can
would
see that.
say.
I can see that.
So I'm going to go with Firewatch.
All right.
What are you going with?
I'm going with Overwatch.
Okay. All right.
I was like, okay.
So the next one is best narrative. So for the narratives, they have Firewatch, Inside, Mafia 3, Oxenfree, and Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. This is a very, very difficult choice.
Can I choose?
Not for me,
Can I
Uncharted
choose
4.
Stanley Parable?
Stanley Parable came out in like 2010.
I
So
know.
no, you can't choose that.
That whole game is based around narrative, and I love it.
Dude, that game was fantastic. I loved it.
Uncharted 4.
I'm gonna go Oxenfree.
I'll go with Uncharted 4.
Why
Why Oxenfree?
because Oxenfree, I loved the story to it. Like the narrative behind it. One of my favorite things of the game was the voice acting was great, but I loved how real it was, and that like the interactions, the narration between the characters. Like one of the things I feel like games don't do a good job of is depicting, teen angst.
You don't get me, Mom!
No, I'm being serious. Like I feel like that's always very over exaggerated. Like the way that teens interact with each other, like in a way that's supposed to be
Sure.
like people just don't understand me.
Gosh.
Like,
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like the teen angst kind of style is very, very over exaggerated and not realistic. I feel like that the way that Oxenfree depicted the interaction between 5 teenagers was brilliantly done. Like it's like they were really friends, like just people who actually just talk to each other. And like I really enjoyed that a lot. And the fact that like Oxenfree was a game that they have 5 people, like 5 teens in the game. You only play as one of them. You play as Alex, she's the primary character. But depending on, you always got 3 dialogue choices when interacting with people. Depending on what you chose, changed your relationship with the characters around you, and it actually showed a pie chart at the end of the game with how your relationship was affected throughout the game with all those characters.
Oh, that's cool.
And I really, really liked that. I felt like it was just very, very genuine, like in its narration style and in its storytelling, and the story was very unique as well. I really enjoyed it. For those of y'all who haven't played Oxenfree, which I think I'm the only one out of us that have.
Sure.
The whole point of the game is you and 4 of your friends, you go to an island to go and basically like have an end of the school year, just like get together. The island is kind of like a tourist place, and it's closed down like certain parts of the year, and so y'all sneak onto the island and go to the beach and just like drink and have fun. And it's you and 3 of your friends, and the 4th friend is actually your newly acquired stepbrother. Y'all's 2 parents had just married each other, and so y'all go and you're just kind of trying to develop a relationship with this guy that you've never met before. That's now your stepbrother, and they end up going into this cave, just kind of like your character Alex is trying to kind of like get along with your stepbrother and try to like show some of the lore of the island, because the island was very important during like some of the wars, and there's a bunch of rumors of like these crazy radio wave frequencies that exist, and so like you can access these waves and you hear like this crazy gibberish that happens, and then as you access the radio waves, you actually open up a portal, basically to another world, and there's a bunch of basically like souls or demons, whatever you want to call them, that exist in this other dimension, and they basically start to they're basically throughout the game they're trying to possess your bodies to be able to escape the island. And it's a very, very cool function, and like you have to use your wrist radio to constantly tune into them and fight back from them. So it was a really, really cool, just like idea to it.
I feel like we just did our first audio what's in your dish tray.
Basically, I did a what's in your dish tray for Oxenfree way back.
Oh, okay.
Never played it.
Cool.
All right, so next one is best studio / game direction. So these are just game studios. So we have Blizzard, DICE, id Software, Naughty Dog, and Respawn.
Naughty Dog always gets my vote.
Okay, here's my...
But here's they're also Blizzard
There was
for
my theory.
Overwatch, DICE for Battlefield 1,
Right.
id Software for Doom, Naughty Dog for Uncharted, and Respawn for Titanfall.
So here's the way I think about it. Blizzard is always fantastic, right? DICE always makes a Battlefield game.
Yeah. DICE also makes Mirror's Edge.
They also make
True.
shitty Star Wars games. Anyways.
id Software, sure, why not? Naughty Dog always makes a fantastic game. Respawn doesn't always make a fantastic game.
No, they don't.
And they made Titanfall 2, and it's fantastic.
They also made Titanfall 1.
They did, correct, but Titanfall 2 is a great game. Like, they listened to the fans and the community and completely turned it around and made a fantastic title in Titanfall 2. So for that reason, I'm going to go with Respawn.
All right. Good choice.
Go ahead, Alex.
Go ahead, Alex. You ready?
No, because I'm thinking.
I gotta go with Naughty Dog just because, like, I can't
with Naughty
remember the
Dog.
last time I played a Naughty Dog game that I didn't like. I mean, like, Crash Bandicoot's a fantastic series. Jack and Daxter's a fantastic. Jack and Daxter 1. I did lose it after Jack 2 and 3 because they went, like, GTA mode on everyone. But, like, the Uncharted series is amazing. And then The Last of Us is a masterpiece. Like,
Correct.
as a company, like, they have nailed the narrative game format.
Okay. I'm going to go with
He still doesn't know.
out of these.
CD Projekt Red.
No, I mean, out of these, I would have to go with Naughty Dog, but I'm going to circumvent that and I'm going to choose Ubisoft.
What?
Here's my reasoning. I'm thinking of it behind this is the Game Awards for 2016. So best studio game direction. Which developer, which game studio has produced the most enjoyable content for me this year? I would have to say Ubisoft because
It's the Assassin's Creed series, isn't it?
no,
That remaster.
no, I'm gonna have to say Division and Watch Dogs 2.
Yeah.
Between those two games, which are both Ubisoft games and both came out this year, I enjoyed a lot of Ubisoft games this year.
Did you play Primal?
I did not. I've heard nothing but good things about it though.
I didn't play it.
Me neither.
But as for like, I didn't play Titanfall 2. I actually didn't play any of these games that are a part of these. I would say out of all these, I would have to say between Naughty Dog and Blizzard, I enjoyed the most gameplay overall because even though I didn't play Overwatch, I played a fuck ton of Diablo 3 and I played a lot of World of Warcraft back in the day. And as well as for Naughty Dog, I used to play a lot of Crash Bandicoot. I used to play a lot of Ratchet and Clank, so on and so forth. But I would say I would circumvent this and I'm going to nominate Ubisoft.
All right.
Just because in the year of 2016, Ubisoft has provided out of any like single developer has provided the most amount of enjoyment and entertainment for me this year. Even though Ubisoft gets a lot of flack and gets a lot of shit.
They do.
I will say that Ubisoft has provided me with the most entertainment this year.
They're still not as bad as EA, which unfortunately makes the Mass Effect games.
Which is ironic because actually EA sponsored Unravel as well.
To be fair,
and Sims is awesome.
slight correction.
Whatever.
Fuck you, man.
My wife loves The Sims. Whatever.
I do too. I love The Sims.
Slight correction. EA publishes Mass Effect. BioWare makes them.
It's true.
Correct. Thank you.
Yeah,
It's
there you go.
same
Thank
thing.
you.
Same thing with Unravel. EA just sponsored and published it.
Okay.
They didn't actually make Unravel. It was an indie developer that did it.
Kind of like how Sony published No Man's Sky. You can't blame them for that.
Oh, you can though.
We have a box full of
you
used
can.
copies of No
Yeah,
Man's Sky now.
I would say you can blame Sony because they didn't try to stop any of it.
they edged it on. Go, buddy.
They were like
make these promises.
They were like the person standing in the corner allowing you to get raped.
Oh God! Wow, 90-degree turn.
Yeah, you can edit that out if you want, but I stand behind.
Keep it in there. Keep it in there.
I stand behind what I say. They're like the person that like saw you get taken off the corner street by the kidnapper, and they're like, I didn't see anything. Like I'm gonna pretend like I didn't see anything, so I'm not responsible.
They're the ones that let the kid get into the white van.
Exactly, they really are. So fuck you, Sony. All right, we're running long, so we're gonna have to call it quits after this one. This is the last one, actually.
All right.
It is Game of the Year.
All right.
So let's actually not even look at the nominees. What is your individual Game of the Year?
Oh man!
Now, so for Game of the Year, no DLCs. I'm not even gonna throw up Witcher. Games that were public, like the actual base game that was published in 2016. Any game that you played.
Dark Souls 3.
Okay.
No Man's Sky.
God, this is so fucking hard. Because, man, I tell you what, I played I played a lot of the games this year that released.
I'll tell you what.
Like, for a good while, I was buying every single game that came out the day they came out, like, at launch. So I've played a lot of these games. Man, it's definitely a tie. I'm going to pick one, but right now it's a tie between Uncharted 4 and Dark Souls 3 because those experiences were so engaging and satisfying for different reasons. Dark Souls because I enjoy the gameplay and I enjoy the completion of that game. Like, working your way downtown, walking fast, working your way to like beating those bosses.
Yeah.
And the satisfactory feeling of defeating said bosses is just, you can't replicate it. Like, it's just a very satisfying feeling. And then the feeling of finishing off such a fantastic series as Uncharted and getting that closure in that series was great. The visual style of it, the narrative, the voice acting, just the game as a whole. And I think I'm deciding right now that as a game for story, voice acting, music, gameplay, it has to be Uncharted. Because I don't care, like, not that I don't care, but I have to, if I want to get Dark Souls' story, I have to really dig for it. And Uncharted gives it to me and says, here's this narrative, follow this journey. And
I completely see your point.
Yeah.
And I do agree with that. As far as like here's the story that we want to tell.
I'm feeling a fuck you coming on. Like,
but fuck you. Uncharted 4 is great. Yes. What game have I played the most of this year? Dark Souls 3.
I played the most of Dark Souls 3 this year.
Okay, that's actually going to be... All right, so I will say my 2016 nominee for Game of the Year, game published and released in 2016 that I enjoyed the most would be Unravel, for pretty much all the same choices, reasons that you said. Like, art direction was fantastic. Music was amazing. The story was very simple, but it was very captivative. The gameplay mechanics were really cool. It was a very, very cool puzzle game. The atmosphere was awesome. So I loved Unravel. But that was what my last thing I wanted to talk about is, now, doesn't matter when it was released. What game did you play the most of and did you have the most enjoyment playing this year?
That's hard, though, because, like, Dark Souls is a 60-hour plus game.
Yeah.
Uncharted's like an 8-hour story. It's a story. It's okay.
Story.
Like I said, it doesn't matter when it was released. What game did you which game did you have the most enjoyment playing this year?
Metal Gear Solid.
Okay.
Fucking love that game.
So, and it just has to be a game you played this year, and it is like the one that you had the most enjoyment playing.
I'm being serious.
Okay. So like, I love Dark Souls completely. I love Dark Souls. I'm playing through The Witcher right now, and it's just beautiful and brilliant.
Okay.
I love the combat. I love the story. I love the characters. I love everything about The Witcher. I would have to say The Witcher 3.
Okay.
And I haven't even touched the DLCs.
I'm very serious. Metal Gear Solid.
Okay. No, that's
Yeah.
good.
I don't believe you.
No,
My-
like
Mine's gonna be between a few games. Oh man, games I've had the most enjoyment playing. I'm a big multiplayer game fan, and so most of the games I play are multiplayer games. For me, it's between like 4 or 5 games. It's between Division, which I played a fuck ton of, Ark, ironically. Now that being said, I didn't always have a great experience playing Ark because Ark can be a fucking frustrating game to play, but I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoy games like that. To be honest, 7 Days to Die is starting to get up there with me because I'm really enjoying playing that. I really enjoy it. Grand Theft Auto 5. I played a fuck ton of Grand Theft Auto 5 this year.
I think everyone has.
I haven't.
We've been playing a lot of online,
right.
and then probably my quintessential multiplayer game is Payday 2. Like, I've played so much Payday 2. I really,
I feel
really
the
enjoy
judgment
Payday
coming
2.
from Ben. It's seeping out.
Dude, Payday 2 it doesn't matter what you say about it, is a great multiplayer experience. It really is.
I can't judge because I never played it.
I played a little bit of it.
I just
sucked
all
at
the
it.
drama on the internet about it
Oh, dude, like
just gives me a headache.
It's completely asinine now because the drama is pointless now because
They undid it.
No, yeah, because Starbreeze purchased all the rights from 505, so they're able to remove all the microtransactions from the game.
Okay, cool.
So
I didn't know that.
yeah, they
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, so Starbreeze, also known as Overkill games, they're the same. Like they're a father mother company, or a mother sister company, I guess. They partnered up with 505 Games to make the game, and 505, because they had primary share in the game, they had the primary stock in the game. They're like, we want to put microtransactions in this game because this game came out a few years ago and we want to make more money. And they made a lot of people angry. I didn't really care because I didn't play with other people online. I just played with my friends. So the microtransactions didn't affect me.
Gotcha.
Didn't care. I still loved the game a lot. Starbreeze, they did what was best for their fan base, and they purchased the rights from 505 and they removed microtransactions as like the day that they did. They were like, they put out an update. They were like, we now own 100% of this game, and we're celebrating that by removing microtransactions right now.
That's beautiful.
They've done a fantastic job of rekindling their player base. And so for that, I have to give them a lot of props. As a matter of fact, because of that, I'm going to vote Payday 2. There we go. All right, so
Gotcha.
we've been doing this for a while, so we're going to end it here.
Well, wait, we didn't even go over the nominees.
Oh, the
Actual nominees.
No, fuck them. We're done. We don't need those nominees.
Uncharted 4, it's going to be the winner. Uncharted 4 is going to be the winner.
I think it's
I'm just calling
Uncharted. What is it, like Uncharted 4, Inside?
Doom, Inside, Overwatch, Titanfall 2, and Uncharted 4.
Uncharted
4.
I'm gonna go with Uncharted 4.
Uncharted
As
4.
much as I actually liked Inside more than Uncharted 4, I think as an overall piece,
Yeah.
like artistically,
Everything that goes into a game, it has it all.
I will say Uncharted 4. I will gladly lay aside my love for Inside to say Uncharted 4.
Uncharted 4.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it. So
That's it. Thanks for
right.
bearing with us. It was a little bit longer
a little
than
lengthy, but it was a big topic, so I think
not by
it's,
much. We're at an hour and 20. So.
Yeah, that's not bad.
not my much. Just 50%.
We'll cut out the Pokemon talk.
30%.
Whatever.
Thank you very much. So thank you so much for listening to this week's installment of Immature Hour.
Yeah.
Yay.
My name is Alex.
My name's Ben.
My name was Alex. It's not anymore.
Not anymore. My name still is Ben.
And my name is Eric.
And thank you for listening,
Oh, yeah.
watching, watch
Yeah.
listening.
Whatever.
Watch listening.
Thank you for whistling.
Peace. We'll catch y'all next week. Bye.
Bye bye.